The next step is milling your restoration. So we're going to go to the double chevrons again, left click on mill, and it's going to calculate the milling preview. All the tools that are now open, again we have the analyzing tools, the sprue and move, display objects, and block sizes. All these I opened. I can close them again because the last time I was in they were open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the tools, which is the sprue and the move. I'm going to open up display objects, and I'm going to open up devices. That one, as you can see, mine is unreachable. It's shut off, so I'll shut that back off. And then the last one are block sizes. And normally with the block sizes, I'll move these to the side so I can see all my tools. Now it says I can use a size 14, but nothing smaller than a 12. And I picked at the beginning of this restoration an Emax CAD. So it's telling me to use an Emax CAD size 14. Now the sprue, we can also locate the sprue. And what I'm doing is I'm just left clicking, holding, and rolling the ball. And if I click the sprue on, you can see I can move this. And when I move it, if I move it to a location, see where the red is sticking through the block, that means it's going to be pushed out of the block. When I let go, it will actually move the block forward. A lot of times what I'll also do is I'll put the lower jaw in. So when I'm moving, I can tell where the sprue is going to be. I don't want to get it in an area where it's going to interfere with my proximal contacts. So if you want to move it all the way to the buckle, this is my favorite position just because the tongue won't reach it. I've started to move a little bit over to the sides, just again to get it off the curve, so the flat surface, so they're not going to feel it quite as much. You can do a trim model if you want. You can turn the block on and off. So here's trim model, here's the block. These are all your same display objects. Now you can also, and I'm going to turn the lower jaw off for this, because if this was a multicolored block, I didn't choose that, but if I wanted to position this, I could actually position this either closer or farther away from the block holder. Make sure you move it as far away from the block holder as you can, or else your machine is going to attempt to have to mill all the way through this material before it actually starts to mill the restoration, which is going to cause a lot of wear and tear on the burrs. So move it out as far as you can. You can also move it up and down. And by moving this up and down in the block, if it's a multicolored block, you'll be able to see that it changes the different colors, fire striations, and amount of translucency and opacities. You can also rotate, and this is for an NCI block. So if I wanted to rotate it for some reason, sometimes you can rotate these around if your blocks you don't have a size 12 or a size 14, you need something and try to fit it in a size 12. Sometimes just by moving that you can do it. You have to be very careful though if these are multicolored blocks, because you'll change the color combinations and it'll make it so it doesn't look quite correct. All right, so we're going to go back, and you can see there is no reset button. So if I wanted to go to the move tool, I would move it back where it's straight, and it doesn't really matter where it is in the location up and down. Okay, once we are finished with that, you're going to click start milling, and unfortunately I don't have the milling chamber, so once I hit start milling, it's just going to tell you please put in a size 14 block, close the door of the milling chamber, and then press start on the milling chamber.